Hi, everyone. It's Mr. Reister again. And right now we're going to talk about things your family can do at home and things you can do at home, excuse me, to be more comfortable when you need to sing or play or practice any of that stuff at home. Sometimes it's a little weird because you know other people might be listening and so on. So, somebody sent me this poster, and I think this is good advice. So I'm just going to go over this poster a little bit. And then there'll be just a little quiz over it, just so you can prove that you watched and listened to this. All right, so here we go. So the remote musician tips for parents to help band, orchestra, guitar, choir student be successful during virtual learning. And actually, this is also true when it's face-to-face learning, because like you still need to practice at home, and you can't have people listening in and making comments and stuff like that. So the first thing to do, create a safe and nurturing musical atmosphere that encourages growth and risk taking. Yeah, anytime you go to play anything or sing anything, the minute you open your mouth or take a breath, you're kind of taking a chance that people will listen to you and say something or make a face, and say something rude. And so you have to have a safe space to do that. And everybody in the house has to know that this is risk taking and they need to encourage you and never, never, ever, ever be negative, because yeah, you're going to make mistakes. It won't always be perfect, and like in the beginning sometimes it's really awful, but it's going to get better, and they need to know that, and you need to know that. You need to give yourself grace and space, as they say, to go ahead and maybe not be perfect, but just go ahead and do it, and you'll get better as you go. Second one here, give your musician space. Yeah, if you're really self-conscious, somehow you've got to find a safe space to be. In your room, close the door. If the people are still listening, or you feel like they're listening, there's this thing called white noise or pink noise YouTubes that you can have on while you're doing it, and that might maybe that you don't hear them as much, or they can have it on out in the other rooms so they don't hear you as much. Some kids will go to a car. It's not perfect because, like, for a trombone, that's not going to work. A car probably isn't big enough. But just to sing, or at least practice singing till you get good, or if you have a smaller instrument, something like that, you may need to go to somebody else's house. During COVID-19, maybe that's not possible, but sometimes you just need to kind of be safe and be away from others. Go to the basement, go to the attic, and I know a lot of you don't have those options, but try to have your family help you find a place where you feel safe and you don't have to be self-conscious about singing or playing. Everybody in the house should offer nothing but positive feedback, okay? They should not be telling you, oh, well, this wasn't so good, or maybe you should work on that, all right? You and I can do that. That's my job. And I'm going to be quite encouraging too. I'm going to try to keep it like 10 to 1. I'll try to list, or at least 5 to 1. Here's the 5 things you did right, or 5 things that were pretty good. And then, okay, here's one thing maybe for you to work on. Because, of course, if you just get told all bad, then you're not going to want to do it anymore. And it's really important for parents to monitor sibling or other people in the house, their responses. You can't have you can't have brothers or sisters or, cousins or anything making comments that are negative. Parents just can't allow that. All right. Here's some don'ts. Don't tease them. Parents obviously don't tease your kid or let anybody else tease them about singing or playing. Don't let there be any negative comments or negative looks. Don't draw attention to skills before you're ready to share. Okay. If they overhear you practicing, that's fine. But until you're ready to tell them, okay, all right, I think I've got this well enough that maybe you can say something about it, they shouldn't. You should ask them, just pretend it's not happening, okay? And here's the other one. Nobody should offer you unsolicited advice. If you don't ask for advice, they should not give it, okay? You've got plenty to think about as it is. You don't need to be thinking as you're singing or playing, what are my parents going to say about this? Or what is my brother going to say about this? You need to be left alone. Again, you need to have grace and space to go ahead and do your thing. Another thing, this is things parents can say, or anybody in the house can say, to if you get frustrated and I don't feel like I'm doing any good, I'm not getting any better, I'm so bad at this. Okay, and these are things that you have to remember. Well, I have noticed these good things. Okay, no matter how you play or sing, there are always good things about it. All right. And so if you're feeling really frustrated, you can kind of put this poster up to yourself, because like if you're a terrible singer, you just, oh, I hate that. Well, at least maybe you got the words right. Maybe you're keeping good tempo. Hey, at least you're giving it a try. I can understand every word you're singing. There are lots and lots of things that you can point out to yourself, or I can point out to you, or your parents can point out to you about, hey, this is not so good. Or no, this is not so bad. I should say it's not bad at all. Okay, you're learning and growing. It's okay not to be perfect. You're not gonna be. Nobody's perfect. Okay. If you get really frustrated, maybe there's something you need to ask me or another music teacher or another experienced musician to help you get past it. Okay, you can't do it yet, but you'll get there. It's all a process. It's all, we are becoming. We're not there. And yeah, they should be proud of you for challenging yourself. All right, the last thing it says down here, be patient and kind. Of course, that's a parent's job. It's everybody's job. And of course, kind is one of the Northview non-negotiables. Be kind to yourself too. Young musicians will most likely experience things like voice changes, extended ranges. Yeah, I got to sing really high or really low. You're not used to that. New techniques. Oh, you don't know how to do this. Other new challenges that are tricky to navigate, especially at home when you don't have a teacher there to fill you in or encourage you. So they need to encourage you to power through the cracks and squeaks. And yeah, it's only temporary. You're going to get better. Another thing that I would advise, if you feel really, really self-conscious, especially when it comes to singing, is don't sing very loud, okay? When we all get together and we're doing choir and I'll stand up straight, take a good breath, make a big sound, that will all come later. To begin with, until you're really confident and you're really getting it, it's perfectly okay to just be singing do, do, re, mi, re, do. You can sing really softly, and that's true in class too. Until you really feel like you're getting it, you don't have to sing really loud. Playing, in order to make the instrument work, it's going to have to be a little bit loud. But again, you don't have to, deafen everybody. Take it easy. Take it easy on yourself. Don't feel like it has to be perfect. It doesn't. All right? It's not going to be perfect, at least not at first. It'll get better as you go. I can never remember how to make this thing pause.